What's so genius about the Amazing Digital Circus? Well, first let me tell you that I didn't expect to actually talk about the second episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, but here we are, and you might be wondering why. Well, if you are new here, I talk about good writing in movies and shows, and I feel obligated to talk about this episode and how this episode from start to finish is just pure 100% entertainment. By the way, subscribe to this channel if you enjoy it. This is going to be a shorter video, but I got to say I am going to make sure every second of it is worth your time. So let's talk about the episode. And to get some smaller but crucial things out here, this episode has an amazing soundtrack to back up the great visuals along with it. And just by watching it, you can definitely understand all of the passion that went behind this entire episode, and something that should be applauded. Something else is that the world building in this episode is doing a lot in one sitting, but does it with perfection. I mean, they help set up that this world is literally just Candyland with fudge that talks, but they really shove you into the episode and help you understand how this episode is going to play out. And heck, you know, this episode really sets up how the series will play out. And as someone that grew up with the shows like Scooby-Doo,
not this. You failed me!
well, I gotta say, it's a little nostalgic to actually see this, and I'm all for it as much as probably a lot of other people are. So let's analyze this. What did they do in order to make this have the Scooby-Doo vibe to it? And I think with the help of episode 1, the show has really differentiated all of the characters, so they all are unique and fun in their own way. This is writing advice, by the way. Like how Ragatha is much more sweet and caring, where Jax has not a care in the world for other people. Also, they've heavily implied that Jax slaughtered an entire race of candy people, so yeah. Genocide. Something that they do really well is handling their plot, as although there are two different plot lines going on, as one is with Pomni and Gummy Goo, and the other is with the rest of the gang, and here's some praise I'm going to give this episode, that a lot of Hollywood these days doesn't understand, and that's how they know that people are going to be mainly interested in Pomni's story. And they sure as hell sideline the other characters in favor of the storyline, which they should most definitely do. Because if I'm taking probably one of the most recent examples of how Ghostbusters Frozen Empire tries to cram so much into it that it's just no longer a plot, but a tanglement of different side quests. And the thing that makes the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 2 something that Hollywood can learn from is how audiences have expectations for what they're going to watch. And if the directors don't understand what an audience wants most, then they shouldn't be directing a movie or making a show. Focusing on the one specific plot with Pomni is something that people mostly want out of this episode. And although everything Jax does is funny, it doesn't mean it's going to elevate the episode. And to be completely honest here, there can be a lot, and I mean a whole bunch of critiques towards the show. And although I am definitely capable of talking about these flaws, I won't. Although I was bothered by some points, I still found it really entertaining. And with some more tune-ups, this show is going to get picked up by a big-time studio in no time. And the consistent entertainment value in this episode is something I felt I should explain the genius behind. Then, you know, trash talk some parts, as these people at Glitch should be lecturing Hollywood right now of how to make good, entertaining content. That's how the Amazing Digital Circus 2 is able to expand the characters and world and the plot that was started in the first episode, while still staying entertaining and very interesting and engaging to watch, as I have stated throughout this entire video. I would like to remind you that if you like what you saw here and want to see other videos by me about tons of different topics, then be my guest and you can go check out some of that right now and consider subscribing. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm Enchanted. Bye.